Hey, if you like my content, please consider subscribing, drop a like on my video, and share it on social media. Thanks. So this is a video by Akana that came out last year. At the time I thought about commenting on it, but for some reason I didn't. I think it's just because I thought everybody else would. And it's a pretty short video, so I don't know how much information you're going to get there. But let's go ahead and take a look at it and see what Miss Akana has to say.
As you may remember, I came out as bisexual last year, and since then I have been dating women. And what I found very fascinating is that the more I date women, the more I find myself understanding heterosexual men. Let me explain. Exhibit A. I was on a first date with a girl, who asked me out, by the way, this is relevant, because when the check came, she never once made a...
So it's relevant that she asked you out. Yeah, well, you know, girls don't ask men out. I mean, it's the exception by far. It's not the rule. So the fact that she asked you out, period, is pretty impressive. Considering I've been asked out, actually, I've been asked out quite a bit, which is weird because other men tell me they'd never get asked out at all. And I am short. But the women who ask me out typically, like 99% of the ones who've asked me out, probably altogether, less than 99 women, have not been attractive. There was like one probably that was attractive in there that I would consider, but yeah, there was one. She was really attractive actually, but she didn't seem like she was the kind of girl that I wanted to be with, so I didn't go through with it. But yeah, that is relevant. You're right, because women don't ask men out. All right, it's what they don't do. So right there, you've already lost the plot. You're not experiencing what a man experiences. But let's go on and see what else she has to say.
Move to pay. Not even like the fake, let me reach for my purse move. And though I don't mind paying on a date, part of me felt like, you know, the offer would have been nice. I was also a little taken aback that she didn't even say thank you. And I never heard from her again. It really made me feel like she just asked me out so she could have a free dinner. And the moment I thought that, I was like, oh my God, I sound like all of my guy friends right now. And
women ask men out because they want something from them. And saying thank you, yeah, that's something that women don't do. For me, I was in a cafe once, and there was a girl there, the only attractive woman in the entire place, which is, you know, not important, but that's why I noticed her. And she left and left her purse. Oh my. So I went and I took her purse and I gave it to the employees of the cafe. And like 10 minutes later, she comes running back in, and I'm like, hey, I gave your purse to those guys over there. No, thank you. There's no thank you from that. You know, it's just common courtesy to be like, oh, you did something nice for me, thank you. I was at a club once, and there was a walkway, ramp, right? And I was walking up the walkway, and a girl was walking down the walkway, and she lost her balance and started like she was gonna fall over. And so I like went to like grab her. I didn't actually grab her, but I was like, whoa, you know, like ready to grab her if she did fall. And no, thank you. No, there's no thank you. So yeah, I've noticed this a lot, that women don't say thank you for things that you do for them. This is one of the reasons why I married the woman that I married, because hey, she's appreciative when I do things, whereas other women that I was trying to get involved with were not. They had this attitude of like, you can do it, I can do it myself, you don't have to do it for me, I let you do this for me, so you should be thanking me for the privilege of helping me out. I've been yelled at for, you know, opening doors for women. Not because I don't do it, you know, I wouldn't do it for women necessarily, but just for anybody. I'm like, oh, I'll hold the door for you. And I have been yelled at for that. I can do it myself. What's wrong with you? So I stopped doing it. And now I get yelled at for not holding the door open for people. It's like, well, you know, make up your mind. You want to have these social rules cater to you specifically. I don't like people holding the door open for me unless I need them to, because they usually get in my way when they're doing it. But that's my own personal thing, and I don't get bent out of shape for it. I mean, I might tell somebody, I got the door, thanks, and then they can move on. So anyway, let's see what else she has to say here.
My argument against why guys should pay for dates has always been like, look, girls take hours to get ready. Our investment is looking really nice for you. Makeup, clothes, that costs money too. But we were both girls in this situation. We both took hours to get ready, so I definitely felt slighted.
That's no reason that I should pay. That is not a reason at all that I should be paying for dates. Not even a tiny little iota is that a reason that I should be paying for dates, and let me explain. First off, I don't ask you to look nice for me. You look nice for whoever you want to. You look nice actually for men. I know you do. Women like to say, oh, I do it for myself. I wear makeup for me. No, you don't. You feel good when you wear makeup because it makes you more attractive. Why do you want to look more attractive? Gee, to attract men? So don't give me this BS about how, oh, I wear makeup for me. Yeah, huh? I don't ask you to wear makeup. I prefer women not wearing makeup at all. You don't need to wear any makeup. As far as your clothes costing money, my clothes cost money. I've had women tell me flat out, look, men's clothes cost way more than women's clothes. They're so expensive. Like, okay, well, that's the case, then that argument does not fly at all. You want to talk about hair? Okay, so my wife gets a haircut once a year. It costs her $50. Like, that's expensive, right? That's more expensive than your haircuts. Yeah, but I get a haircut like 9 times a year, and they cost me $20. So 9 times 20 is 180 versus 50 is 50. So sorry, my grooming costs more than yours. And gee, let me see, what else do I do? I go to the gym. Part of the reason I go to the gym, although not lately, but I work out. Part of the reason I work out is to look good. That's part of the reason. People are impressed considering how good I look for my age. Yeah, that takes time and that takes money. You know, I have to pay for a gym membership. That takes money. I have to take my time to do that. It takes a lot of time. I spend a lot of time working out, exercising. I enjoy it, but it's still time spent. Part of that time being spent to look good for you, for ladies. So your whole argument is full of holes here. You cannot say that I owe you something because you look good. All right? You don't need to spend that time looking good. I don't ask you to do that. Bathe yourself. That's the important part. Make sure you're clean. But otherwise, if I'm going out with you, then you don't have to do anything extra. You already got me. Just be nice, and we'll see where this goes. So yeah, that's total horse crap.
Exhibit B. On another date, I went back to a girl's house and I ended up making friends with her cat. That's not a pun. I'm talking about her literal, actual animal. And she said, wow, my cat never likes anyone. I better go out and buy a wedding dress. And again, I felt like I got some serious perspective. I have been guilty of making these kinds of jokes on dates with men. I never really thought anything of it. I was just being silly. But then when I was on the receiving end of it, I suddenly understood the panic.
Alright, so I don't really have anything to say about this one. I'm glad that you're changing your behavior and learning stuff from the experience. So, you know, good on you for using this as a learning experience and trying to better yourself as a human being. But no, I mean, people are at different places in their life, so, you know, being on the receiving end of that joke might be okay for some people and not for others. It's just a matter of preference, I think. That has nothing to do with men in general or women in general.
One girl invited me back into her house, and her specific words were, do you want to come in and make out? Obviously, I'm like, yeah, you're really pretty. I want to press my face to yours. But then when we got there, we both just sat on the couch, and she talked till like 3 a.m. And I was like, yo, girl, I gotta wake up at like 6 a.m. I was told there would be kisses here. There are no kisses. And like, look, I don't want to sound like an asshole. Like, I don't mind talking. I love talking. But she could have said, do you want to come in and just talk? And I would have had totally different expectations for the evening. You know, finally I started falling asleep, and I was like, hey, I gotta go. And I gave her...
Yeah, so dishonesty, it's bad, right? I mean, you know that has nothing to do with dating or men or women. It's just dishonesty in general is not good. You say what you mean what you say. You know, if you're going around saying, hey, let's go to the movies, and you end up not going to the movies, there's no other conversation between. It's just like you don't go to the movies. That's kind of not okay. Depending on the situation, I would imagine it could be very not okay. Especially like I had set up with some of my classmates when I was in college. There was 2 girls, and it was going to be me and another guy, and we weren't dating. In fact, one of the girls was married, and I think the other girl had a boyfriend. So there was not, we weren't looking for dates. We were just gonna hang out as classmates. The girls got together. They went to the theater and they were waiting for us. And the guy was gonna come pick me up, and we were gonna go to the movie. Guy never came. Never shut up. Never shut up. Never called. Never nothing. They were calling me, go, what's going on? Where are you? Well, it's like 2 hours later or something. They finally gave up and went home. So yeah, dishonesty. It's just a general human thing that you want to avoid.
And left, and I felt sad that the amount of kisses promised did not equal the amount of kisses delivered, and once again I felt like a dude who was upset that I did not receive the expected physical kisses I was promised. And I wanted to talk about this because I felt like this has really been expanding my perspective when it comes to dating. I finally understand a lot of the complaints my male friends have about dating that I admit I would usually dismiss. But now I really get it when they say,
dating is just so expensive, man. Sometimes I feel like a girl doesn't even like me for me. She just wants, like, a boyfriend.
I wish it were more socially expected to go Dutch on the first few dates, but you're like a jerk if you even suggest it.
Yeah, so those are all things that men deal with in dating these days. Women use us for their own interests. That's why a lot of men are going their own way. I am not a man who thinks that you should do that, but I understand where you're coming from. It's dangerous out there. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get used. You're gonna get taken advantage of, and in the end, you could lose a lot more than that even. So I get where you guys are coming from, but I think there are just too many advantages in my life. There are just too many advantages having a life partner. So I did it. Here I am now. Moving on to another video. This was one that was done by Alexander Grace. If you don't know who Alexander Grace is, he has a YouTube channel. He talks a lot about dating and relationships and stuff. And in this video, it went around, I think. It's only a few weeks old, but a young woman goes onto Tinder and acts like a man. And we'll see what happens there.
So I just talked to Alexander, and he basically wants me to be a man and to go on Tinder and to get some girls to go on a date with me, but with his pictures. Now I'm just thinking about the story I need to invent. I want to prepare a few points just for the conversation to be more natural. I want to like be very direct, but also smooth in the approach. So yeah, let's see how this goes. So I already put his pictures on Tinder, and I invented some bio, just some simple stuff. Hi, my name is Alex. I live and work in Lisbon as a psychologist, looking for a nice lady to develop a meaningful relationship with and enjoy the pleasures of life. It's simple, it's good, and yeah, there we go. I'm going to start doing some matches. This is day 3 of Tinder operation. And it's going well. On the first day, we only got 5 matches, and I was stressing out. I was just like, this is going to be much harder than what I was thinking. I mean, I thought this was going to be like easy peasy, okay, I'm going to text these women, and these women are going to want to go on a date with me, and I'm going to match a lot, and that didn't happen. On the group of 5, there was one that was like really gorgeous. Another one that I don't know why the hell did she match with me. I mean, the whole conversation was just pure pain, pure agony. She was like answering with 2 or 3 words in each message, and I was like, why? Stop this, stop. I asked her if she wanted to go on a date with me. She was lucky that I asked her because she was being literally like pain. I asked if she wanted to go on a date with me, and she was like, no, but thanks. Get the hell out of here. I mean, it was just like, why? Day 2, I was blown away. I mean, I was like, oh, this is it. This is the real deal. We got 28 matches. 28, it's a lot. Let's be honest here. On average, those women were not that good looking. I'm not being selective, and I think that's a problem here. I'm just swiping like a maniac and see what I can get. I don't think I should do that anymore. I want to try a different approach. I want to be more selective, and I'm going to try to think more like a man. Let me try to pick and swipe the most beautiful women that appear. I want the more attractive ones. And I want to see that if I'm not that selective, can I get as many matches? So here's the Tinder account. I don't know exactly what this is, but this is like, I think there are a lot of women that are liking me. This is like has 17.5 here. I don't know what that is, But yeah, here's the chat. Here are all the women I've been texting. I just want to go like with very gorgeous ones, and I just want to see if I can match with them. So I think this one is very agreeable. I think this one too. I'm going to put a like on her, and it's a match. Good. I'm going to text her saying hi. How are you? And let's continue. Julie, I think this Julie is very gorgeous too. This one, very gorgeous. Oh, this one is interesting. It's like a booty pic. I don't know why. We have some more skin. So yeah, let's just put a like on this one too, and it's a match. I'm being more selective. I mean, this is going well. So I'm going to keep this, and I want to see what happens by the end of the day. So this is day 5. And at this point, I am not motivated. I am not happy with the results. On day 3, I got 13 matches. Yesterday, I got 1, and today, I got 1. In the beginning, I had lots of matches, but I wasn't actually being selective. And let's be honest here, I was matching with women that were not that attractive. I was getting like women on mid-30s higher. What amazed me wasn't this decrease of matches, was actually the replying. I mean, how can I get these women to go on a date with me if they don't even reply to me? I was so confused. I mean, if we match, why aren't we talking? I matched with so many and I got no response. I saw a lot of like Instagram stuff, follow me on Instagram, and I didn't thought this would happen. I didn't thought I would match and they wouldn't reply. From what I talked to my friends and maybe myself, that doesn't happen if I matched. Like, the man doesn't reply to me. Like, that doesn't happen. If I compare an experience that a woman has on a dating app and that a man has on a dating app, it's much different. And it's weird that I struggle so much, and that if I change like the picture to a woman, I don't struggle at all. I didn't thought this would be like this, because I find Alex, in terms of looks, good looking and interesting. I put he was a damn psychologist. That's super interesting. I don't know if people get depressed after being on a dating app, but I don't know. I just feel like down at this point. I don't know why I feel down. It's not even me. This is not very healthy, is it? There are maybe some psychological effects from this whole thing. I mean, I'm down now and it's not even my damn picture and my damn life, but I'm down. I really thought I would get a better response. I mean, I just don't know. I thought this was going to be more easy. Like, oh, I really wasn't expecting this. I don't want to do this again.
Okay, so it goes on to say that she did end up getting 7 dates, which is a heck of a lot more than I ever got doing online dating. I've never been on Tinder. Tinder, I tried getting on it once when it was fairly new, and it turns out at that time, I don't know if it's still the case, but at that time you needed to have a Macintosh phone to use Tinder, and I refuse to use Crapple because they're crap. I mean, all you have to do is look at Oprah's latest video that's on Crapple TV, and you will see that, yeah, they're crap. And if that's not a good enough reason for you to stop using Crapintosh products, then I don't know what is. But I digress. So she got 7 dates after like 5 days, and I was on online. I did online dating for like 8 years, and I got all the other 2 dates out of it. I didn't do it steady. I did it off and on. The only thing I can point to on the online dating is I'm short, so that's right there is a huge red flag. It's a huge downvote for me. And there were times when I wasn't making a lot of money. There were other times when I was making a lot of money, and so there's always, you figure when I'm making a lot of money, maybe I get more interest from women. But no, I didn't get any interest really. I always did better in person, and I think it's because of my height is the main reason. Women interact with me and they see that, oh, he's not just a short man, right? That's like the one thing, like you have the smorgasbord when you go on if you're a woman. I know because guess what I did once? I put up a profile as if I were a woman. I used pictures of my ex-girlfriend that I happen to have, and I put them out on a dating site, and I got like 400 messages from men in the first week. So women can just go, I want you, and I want you, and I want you, and I want you. Whatever, they can just pick because they have all the different options. So if you have 400 guys and I'm the shortest one out of all of them, which is probably true, yeah, they're not going to pick me. But if a single girl's walking down the street and she sees me and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And then she might be like, oh, he's kind of cute. I'll talk to him. Because women have told me that I'm very attractive. They've been shocked and surprised that I'm ever single. It's like, you're funny and you're really attractive. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I know the funniness doesn't come across on the YouTube channel so much. This is kind of an awkward situation for me here to talk to myself, basically. And I've thought about maybe getting a partner and doing like a blog type thing, but that's another issue altogether. So it's good to see that there are people out there that are trying to spread this message in a way that I think will get through to all audiences. Look, men have their struggles. We have real serious struggles. I've had women come to me and go, men don't have any problems at all. Men get whatever they want. They snap their fingers and they're so cool and they can do all this and do all that. And I'm like, where are these men? Where are these men at? There are men who are like that, yes, but there are women who are like that too. The thing is, the women who are saying this to me are not alpha females. They are definitely not. They are bottom of the barrel women that I would like, not interested in at all. And you might think that I'm super picky, and in some ways, yeah, but in other ways, I'm not. I mean, basically, just be nice. That's really the main thing. Yeah, this is important information because men have a lot of real struggles in the world, real struggles, and I'm good to see that women are expanding their horizons and finding this out. The men do really have problems in society. It's not just a man's world like we keep getting told that it is, because it's not a man's world. Technically, it's a woman's world because men bend over backwards to give their women what they want, and we've seen that happen in our society in general, and that's why women have all the rights now, more rights than men do. So, okay, well, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.